Hello everyone, today I'm here to review Unmatched Deadpool. Now, a couple of weeks ago I unboxed this on the channel, and since then it's kind of been one of my go-to heroes when playing Unmatched because, well, it's been a new one and also it's Deadpool. And the excitement, if you saw that other video, the excitement for me getting this was certainly there, and that's continued, to be honest. But let's try and review how good he is and how good it is as a set. So let's start there. Well, with this, you're getting the figure, you're getting the deck of cards, and you're getting a health dial. You're not getting any sidekicks, you're not getting a map or a board or anything like that. This is purely an expansion. Unlike, say, the Robin Hood versus Bigfoot mode, which is a two-figure hero box, you can play that. It's a fully on expansion. You need another one to face off against Deadpool, and you need a board. It would be nice, alright, they've done it to keep the box super small. It would have been nice maybe to have a unique board with it. He doesn't really need a sidekick. He is Deadpool after all. And you know what? They've done a fantastic job with his deck of cards. It really does feel like the chaos of Deadpool put into a deck. It doesn't look like any normal deck. There's bits scribbled out. There's, basically no card looks like it should be in the normal Unmatched sets, because they're normally, they've got their own style, the Unmatched style. Completely out the window here. Yes, you've still got in the top corner if it's attack, defense or anything, but apart from that, pretty much the rest of the card is just random, in a good way. Random as in Deadpool random. So, you've got loads of little Easter eggs and different things that he's doing. And different is something with this deck. Every single card in Deadpool's deck is unique, which means, you're not... Some of the other decks, you're like, right, I've got 3 of these like big hits or 2 of these big hits. Try and get through my deck. Try and get some of those, get close and use them. In this, he's melee. So he's got some really big hits. He's got one where it's like discard, you can boost this, and some of his cards have massive boost values, so that's really cool. He's then even got one card in there that's a ranged attack, which is really, it's an interesting one, because you're like, I'm playing an attack and your opponent's like, you're not next to me, and it's like, it doesn't matter. No, it does mean there's only that one card in the deck. So your opponent will, after a game or two of playing against him, would know exactly what attack value that has, but I don't think that's necessarily a problem, because you could bluff it out a bit, maybe attack when you are in melee range, but still with that card. Just the whole deck is a lot of fun. It's got some fourth wall breaks, as you kind of would expect. So like on his character card, if your opponent's name is Logan, +5 to all attack damage. Something stupid like that. But then there's a couple during the deck. It's like if there's food on the table, this is like +2 or +1 or something. And then there's another one where it's when you reveal the card, if you say boom, it's higher damage. So it's just a couple of things sometimes that you're gonna want to make sure that there's food on the table, or that you're making that noise. So there's some nice fourth wall breaks. And again, that deck just feels Deadpool-y. Now, is he any good? Well, unlike the Deadpool films, which are fantastic, this Deadpool, he's not going to win much, because he has an extremely low health pool. He starts on 10. Yes, every time you attack, you're going to regen some health. And there's other ways to, get cards back from your discard pile and regain health and stuff, but bloomin' hell, some of the other characters can hit easily on a turn, 6+ damage, which is over half your health. King Arthur can boost a card, can boost Excalibur, for instance, and almost one-shot you. Like, yeah, you get him in the wrong scenario, Deadpool will just die. But then I've also had some games with him where it's been so close to finally getting the win with him. And I'm glad that he's not just super OP. I do think that maybe he could have had 11 or 12 health. And to be honest, it still wouldn't probably break him because it's normally, some of the games he's just died, and some of the other games he has got very, very close, and the opponent's maybe on 2-3 health, but unfortunately he's just died. It's when your opponent can play a big hit, if you can't block it, it's almost game over from there. It's hard to recover as him, although he's got some movement and stuff. So there's one card in particular that saved me from being stuck next to Dracula, who was going to nom on me a little bit, because you play it and you move to a yellowish zone. Okay, it's not 100% like this is the rules as written. It's Deadpool-y. Just move to a yellowish zone. Space. So yeah, that's really cool. I've enjoyed playing it, and I think that's the most important thing. I might not have won with him, but every time I get Deadpool to the table in an unmatched game, I've had fun, just because it's kind of weird and wonderful. Does he fit? I like all the rest of them where it is, you've got King Arthur, versus Sherlock, and you're trying to use these sort of people from mythology and history against each other and stuff. Deadpool being from Marvel, I think it doesn't really break the immersion, because there isn't really an immersion, right? You are fighting these people who shouldn't be fighting each other. But it does feel a little bit weird that it is obviously Deadpool. Whether that will change when there's other Marvel unmatched characters available, that might change things. But I don't think it's necessarily a detriment. Some people would be like, that's too far field. I know some people, they say they buy the Robin Hood and Bigfoot box, and they will play just one against the other. They won't necessarily want to then play, say, Robin Hood versus Alice from one of the from the Legends box. I'm not one of those people. I'm happy to grab all the boxes and say, like, pick your character from all the boxes, and then we'll pick a random map and go from there, because I love the way they all intersect, and I think Deadpool will just be one of that roster. Yes, he does stand out because it's Deadpool, but then I have some friends that, one in particular will pick like King Arthur, and then I've got another one who will just every time want to basically pick a random hero, so it's completely different each time, and it fits. As far as I had to ship this over from America, so it's not cheap. Certainly wasn't cheap, because I actually had to get it off eBay as well, because it's pretty much out of stock. But if you're a fan of Deadpool and Unmatched, this is kind of a no-brainer. He's not the best hero, but he's a lot of fun to play as him. And you know what? Having this one figure person box does make me want to get the other one that's sort of loosely available, which is the Bruce Lee one. I do kind of want to get that one now. Though then there's a load of other sets which seem to be coming out in the US and not the UK, so this might get quite expensive. But that's a complete sidetrack. I would say, Deadpool does fit Unmatched. He's not going to be winning many games, but who cares if you're having fun. Anyway, that's the review. You can check that you'll be able to see much more of Deadpool if you go and have a look at the unboxing. I went through like the deck of cards, so you can see a lot more there. And well, check out other news, reviews and stuff on the channel. Until next time, have a great day gaming.